Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive with myself, Erin Chandler. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are new here and you wish to connect with me for private sessions or intuitive courses, spiritual expansion, please find the link for that in the video description box below. I'm excited to connect with each and every one of you. But above all else, thank you so much for being here, beautiful souls. You're all amazing. I'm diving into this message here and now because this has been coming in for like 3 days, and it's kind of like on the cusp of genuine, authentic, but obsessive energy, and it wavers between the 2 and 3. This is a super intense and big love message is what I'm hearing for somebody on here. So whether you're a masculine or a feminine, you can attune to it that way. I'm not going to put labels on this because it's not really about man, woman kind of thing. It's more of an energy, right? It's more of an intensity. So some of you could look at this super intense. Like I can't even, the intensity of this is wild. So let's just dive in. Being told to reference this whole duality concept is ultimately the duality within each and every one of us. So you could look at it as divine masculine, feminine, the receiving and the giving, the yin and the yang. You could look at it as the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Think about it, hemisync. The concept or idea of that is, what is it? It's both sides of the brain moving in tandem, in a flow, in a synergy. I want to say it is the same when you master that within yourself and outlaying. Oh, I'm hearing whoever this message is for that needed this piece. It's specific. When you get into the synergistic flow and the frequency of that, it's like, look out world, nothing will stop you. Whoever that's for, when your yin and your yang is in total alignment, your masculine, your feminine, your both sides of the brain, the right and left hemisphere are both working in tandem together, both giving and receiving, computing information in the way that it was intended to on a more expanded scope. It's like, look out. That's all I gotta say is I'm just hearing your guides and spirit and your higher self. Somebody on here, your higher self, is raising your hand saying, that's me, that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm going for, and I'm unstoppable. You will be unstoppable, whoever that message is for, and this is just confirmation. So celebrate. That's what I'm hearing. Let the good times roll as well. I'm hearing that for you as well. So that's amazing. But I want to get into this message because this is a big love message. And somebody is like, would die for you. And that's a very intense term. You know the song by Jan Arden, the song lyrics that keep playing is, I would die for you. That's the song lyric that keeps playing. And heaven and earth, whoever this individual is, or this energy, or this group, or I don't really know how to place it because it feels like it's for multiple people coming from multiple perspectives and multiple facets. And for somebody on here, you need to know that this energy is entertaining yours. And I say that entertaining yours as in somebody would entertain your energy, not recognizing what was right in front of them. And it isn't until they entertain the idea of it or open to it that jaw on the floor, they're suddenly going to have a total resonance of what's in front of them. And what was once entertainment, it's not entertainment at all. So I don't know who that message is for, but realization, this is hidden. This is not something that you would openly be aware of. This may not be somebody you're in contact with. This may be somebody in the future coming towards you. This may be somebody sitting just on the sidelines, watching, sitting on the sidelines, watching you. However, whoever this message is for, you sense it. There's like this sensing of an energy that you can't quite place. There's also, you also have an excitement. I want to say it's an excitement or a knowing or something like that. So that's a message for one of you. For somebody else on here, this is going to be a shock of the shock of your life when this person emerges, or when this collective soul group, I'm hearing like you remember the song Collective Soul, or the group Collective Soul? That's what it is. I mean, clearly I'm not 20. Anyways, this is like an intense collective soul message is what I want to say, and that's the reference. And for those of you who have been wandering in disappointment, not feeling like you have alignment with other people, it's almost like you're going to be magnetized or already are, or feeling open to being drawn into soul pods or soul groups that are in alignment with you, that are on the same trajectory or timeline, that have a resonance. I want to say like-minded, like-focused, because yeah, that's a whole other video, like-minded versus like-focused and nuances of like-mindedness and the ideas or concepts or underpinnings of it. Let's talk about that in another video. Spirit's just all up in this today. So I hope you all had an amazing eclipse. I hope you all felt the beautiful energy. And I was told to pull cards right here for this love message, this big love. I just want to lean into it because, you know, love is what makes the world go round. I would die for you. The interesting thing that I'm hearing is a better question or a better concept. And I don't say better as in it's better than. I'm saying another viewpoint, another facet is Spirit is saying, I would live for you. I would live. What would you die for? Let that point you to what you would live for. What would you live for? And I feel like that's the message, because whoever this energy is that's coming up and around you, I'm hearing fool's gold. That's the first thing. Fool's gold. Almost like I'm getting rush, fool's gold and rush. Oh, I got it. Fool's gold rushes in. Only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. So fool's gold, fools rushing in for fool's gold, or rushing into something thinking that it's gold, but it's very superficial. Whoever this is, they take their time. And there is no need to rush when you can savor and take your time. That's the message. But I feel like it's really kind of discombobulated. It's like somebody's pulling back the curtains and saying, I'm here, but then they close the curtains and be like, no, I'm not here, I don't want to be seen. So take this as it resonates, but whoever this message is for, there's like somebody in the background or somebody in the foreground, but they're hiding behind a curtain. And this is not a negative curtain. It is bashful. They're bashful energy. There is strategic, there's a strategy to it. In addition, whoever this is that is behind the curtain for you, specifically divine masculine or feminines, whoever's behind that curtain, whoever is waiting for you, it's like I'm seeing this great big cup of love waiting for you. I would die for you. Like they would move heaven and earth for you. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, come on. A long time. So whoever this is, this person doesn't have an interest in the short term, and they're interested in long term, which is why there is not a rush, which is why they're taking their time, which is why they are, I want to say observing, but that's not quite the right words, because observing has different types of energies. That's a whole other video. Anyways, let's pull some cards and see what comes out. Flying out of the deck. Smoke and mirrors. Isn't that an interesting card? I'm hoping you can see this really close in the camera. Oh, there we go. Let's focus that in. Smoke and mirrors. So I'm just going to intuitively read this. I got it. Somebody's looking in a dirty mirror of disappointment, believing all the smoke, all the trauma, all the wounding, all the heart woundings. I'm seeing the Three of Swords card. Your perception in the reflection in the mirror is that of one of disappointment, or that people don't understand you, or that people won't love you, or, oh, I'm hearing for somebody on here, the thing you say to yourself is you're difficult to love. It's like you have a negative thought pattern that creates smoke in front of the mirror until you see clearly in the mirror. Dual message for this. somebody's got magicians creating illusions in the mirror in front of you, which makes it very difficult to see through the truth. I'm hearing take the sword of Archangel Michael, blue divine power, and cut through the smoke. Cut through the smoke, ask for truth. Ask for truth. Ask for truth. Smoke and mirrors. You'll notice around the mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? When you look in the mirror, please say that it is you. See the butterflies, the nuances, the magentas and the pinks. Somebody's still in victim mentality. And I feel like that's what this person is waiting for or observing, like waiting to walk in with, I'm seeing somebody like pull back the curtain finally, like, and step 2 feet in, and it cuts through all the smoke. But this is like a harboring. Somebody's harboring deep, deep emotions or a deep truth. And I don't know whether they're in denial of themselves or they're in denial of the circumstance or they're just not ready. Like, it's not really clear, but they're there. It's like they're in the energy around you. Like, I'm seeing you as your higher self standing there, and here's your sphere of energy, your different energetic layers. And it's like this person is there with their hands on one of your, one of the etheric layers or catheric template. No, it's lower, lower, lower. Go to the root. I'm hearing go to the root. You will find their hands on the root layer, the etheric layer of your energetic fields. That's fascinating. For some reason, this is important because they're taking me to the root etheric layer of your energetic bodies, right? We have multiple layers of our energetic bodies, which are interconnected, and different things can be seen in the different layers of your auric field and those different energy fields for each person. But I'm being told that the reason it's a root is this person's coming in with a solid foundation root. They have no interest in fixing someone. They have no interest in aligning with anything that is not in alignment with them. It's a root foundation. You're building something. It's like they're building something, or you're building something, or you're both building something, but it's a solid root foundation, and it must come from a solid foundation. The house don't fall when the bones are good. That's the song that's playing. The house does not fall when the bones are good, when the foundation has the capabilities and the strength and the understanding to be a platform to build upon, if that makes sense. I'm not sure why they're giving it to me in that reference, because it's really house of self, and that's why the root is showing up here. So listen, friends, whoever this is, you got somebody coming into your world. If they've either just arrived, somebody just arrived in somebody's world. But in addition, this person is coming, and this person is what you seek is seeking you. The thing you dare not wish for anymore is right in front of you. And for somebody else on here, I'm supposed to share with you, don't settle. That's very clear. Don't settle for something that is less than what you want or what makes your heart or your soul sing. Don't settle, because if you exist, that counterpart exists, I guess you could say, or somebody who is a beautiful, fluid nuance. And there's somebody on here who does not believe in love. This is the energy coming in, who does not believe in love in that context. And that is totally okay if that's you. Love hurts. Most people who don't believe in love have never experienced the flying high, freedom and absolute soul resonance with another, or they have been hurt and beaten down, taken from too many times. It is hard to open to love after having experiences like that. They're showing me this is a side message for somebody with a broken heart. And know that you are love. And your disbelief in love is a disbelief in you and who you are at the core essence of who you are and all that is and everything. The sun will shine on you when you become the sun. The love will pour into you when you become that love. That's a message for somebody on here. Let's pull another card. I'm being told to go to the Sacred Rebels deck. So very fascinating messages. And infinity. This is some kind of like a soul bond, root soul bond, destiny in play. I was made I was made for you. I was meant for you. Like whoever this person is coming in for you guys in these collective soul groups, perhaps they're twin flame journeys. Perhaps they're just high level soulmates. Everybody views it slightly differently. But there is like a crazy synergy of alignment that happens when you and this person actually engage. And I feel like somebody's like, don't even bother. Somebody's not even bothering, right? Somebody's not bothering with something because they don't feel it's of value. They don't feel it's of worth. It's going to shock the shit out of you. Didn't we say that earlier? It's going to shock. It'll be the shock of a lifetime, shock of the new. And this is new energy, right? You'll notice that different barriers are coming down. You'll feel a little more confident. You'll have a little more energy. Your creativity's probably peaked. It's like all these beautiful there's a newness, an expandedness to the consciousness, a new feeling, a new groundedness. It's new. And whoever this message is for, this is going to shock you, and it's a long time coming. For some reason, I feel like this has been in the ethers for a long time. And for those of you who are so deeply sensitive, you sense the shift way before most people sense it. You might get it a year ahead of time knowing this is going to shift. You might feel the underpinnings or the rumblings underneath before it even comes close to being felt, seen, and heard by the rest of the collective. So I feel like somebody on here, you've known this is coming, but it's been such a long time coming that you're like, forget it, F it. Like, well, I'm going to put it over there because that's clearly not coming. And I don't know what I was thinking and I don't know what I was feeling, but you were feeling it correctly, whoever this message is for. So get into alignment with your all-knowing high priestess, empress energy, emperor energy. If you're a masculine, get into that. Know that what you have by divine design, it is by divine design that this is coming to you. And I'm hearing stop the train, stop the train. The reference or metaphor of that is stop the train. Let me just listen because I'm not really clear on why they're saying stop the train. I know what Aaron's perspective of it is immediately, but I kind of want to get a more rounded nuance for this, for each of you that this message is for. Someone is going to stop the train for you. And the reason they're stopping the train for you is because there is a mountain of gold and diamonds and pearls literally sitting in your energy, and somebody's going to stop the train for you. I'm also hearing whoever this message is for, the train has been passing you by and passing you by because nobody's seen that, if that makes sense. Nobody's understood that, and they have not perceived you accurately. People can only perceive you from their own lens of their experience, right? Perceptions of consciousness is so fascinating. People can only perceive you from where they are able to perceive themselves or where they're open to expansiveness, right? So it's almost like all these trains, they're showing me all these trains have been zooming by you one after the other. And somebody is stopping the train because they accurately see you or they're accurately perceiving your energy or something like that. But it was not perceived before, and this is going to shock you, whoever this message is for. It's going to shock of a lifetime, shock of the new. And it's card number 6, the number 6. If we look at numerology and those aspects, 6 is the number of home. Perhaps your life path number is 6. Perhaps 6, it's been 6 months, 6 years. I don't know. Take it how it resonates for you, the number 6. This is important. You can't miss this. They will stop. The right person will stop the train. You've been hidden for a reason. Spirit says this. Spirit says, take it as a token of admiration. Take it as a token of divine protection and shielding, that what is for you will not go past you, which means every train that zoomed by, every person that did not perceive you was actually protecting you from you and your energy and your light and whatever it is about you from being misused. We needed the trains to pass you by. if those cannot perceive you for the essence that you are, or those that perceive you are not in alignment or would misuse it, make no mistake, the divine would have cloaked you in a light where they would not be able to perceive you. Therefore, all the trains zoomed by. It is not a punishment, it was a protection. It was ensuring that you come to this crossroads at this point in time to meet where you are meant to meet, to be seen by who you are being meant to seen by. And this is the card I'm getting, Heaven Sent. Let's put that a little bit closer. See all the white purity around her? Oh, that's card number 33, baby. Master number, Heaven Sent. So anytime something hasn't worked out, I'm being told to share this with somebody on here, it's almost like everything in your life, you have this nuance or this wound or this story or this thought pattern, and it's based on actual experiences that things don't work out for you. But in truth, all those things that weren't working out for you were actually working out for you. Your view was that it should have worked out this way, but spirit and the divine and your soul, your higher self is saying, oh no, we're going this way on this train so you can be honored and all of these other things that are beautiful and wonderful and loved in the way that you deserve. You think that things weren't working out, but they were always working out because they were always making sure you were going to meet up with this train and that train was going to stop for you. So whoever has lost their faith, you gotta have faith, faith. You gotta have faith. You're being realigned. This eclipse energy, April the 8th, 8th is the number of infinity, was such a profound activation for so many people in the collective. There is a collective soul group that will be coming into alignment, whether that is partnerships in business, partnerships in friendships, partnerships in love, but there's going to be a massive alignment of partnerships. There have been many already, but I keep seeing the swan as well. Some people reference that as a twin flame sign or pure love, depending on how you perceive it, whereas others look at it as absolute incredible transformation. The swan, the grace, the beauty, the power, the presence, the purity, swans are gorgeous. Oh, I love their long, graceful necks. I just love everything about them. They're beautiful, beautiful birds. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to pull one more card for this and then I'm going to close out this message because I would die for you. I feel like this is in addition, although it's coming through as a romantic love, let me tell you with a big bullseye in the room, get ready. I'm hearing whoever that message is for, get ready, get ready, get ready for the love of a lifetime. And it's different. I'm hearing also be prepared for the fact that it's going to be different from what your paradigm used to be of what love is. So for some people, you're thinking of love in a context that love is not. So when this comes in, it will also be a shock. Oh, that was the card I was supposed to pull. Go back. Be the hunter, not the hunted. See the owl, the wise old owl. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Look at the golden concentric circles, sacred geometry on this. This card has a very different meaning than how I'm reading it right now. What I'm reading this as is, this is a message for somebody who's really drawn to owls, sacred geometry, and a wise old soul. This is somebody who you've been exhausted by your journey and perhaps unsupported at times or felt unsupported. You are being asked to relinquish the wounds of the unsupported journey and embrace, embody, call forth, take steps towards the unknown of a completely different story. You were simply being groomed or prepared for this. And because of everything else in your experience, you had to really work through all that stuff before you could prepare for this. Be the hunter, not the hunted. This is also a message for somebody, although this is referencing hunting, being the hunter, not the hunted. It's also the number 8 of infinity, my friends. You cannot make that up. Goodness. Wow, we have 6, which is the life path of home. 33, which is a master number, also referenced with Jesus, Heaven Sent. And then we have 8, the infinity. And yesterday was April the 8th. And what's 4? 4 and 8, we're balancing all 4s, all 5 4s of the elementals between the 4-4 portal and the 4-8 eclipse. We're balancing all the 4s is what that's coming through as. So be the hunter, not the hunted is also this. Be the chooser, not the chosen. Be the chooser, not the chosen. And this is a dynamic that plays out for many divine feminine. Divine feminine, let me tell you, somebody here, you have waited for people to choose you. It's almost like if someone else is choosing you or you are chosen, then that means you are worthy or worthwhile or loved or seen. You are being asked to be the chooser. It is no longer, I'm going to stand here. Oh my gosh, they're showing me like from the movie Grease where they're in their this is very old school, like 1950s or 60s. I'm seeing all the girls lined up on the side of the gym, and the girls wait to be chosen, and the boys go and choose who they want to choose, and the girl says, oh, I've been chosen, so I need to go with that, forgetting the fact that she's the chooser and settling for somebody that chose her because they got worth out of it. And I know I'm not really breaking this down in the totality of the meaning behind this, but it's crystal clear. Be the chooser, not the chosen. In being the chooser, you are automatically the chosen, and not chosen by another, but chosen by yourself, recognizing you were always chosen by the divine to be the chooser, to be in alignment. Do you see why all these trains have passed you by? Do you see why you have been hidden and cloaked? Do you see why people have been removed from you when you thought it was in alignment, only to discover shortly thereafter something was off? You were being cloaked and hidden because you were waiting to be chosen, not recognizing you're the chooser and were already chosen, already handpicked. Handpicked is very clear. Already handpicked, already divinely guided, already in a sacred union that was in the energetic or fifth dimension, just waiting to come into third dimensional form, if that makes sense. And that specific message I'm being told is not about a romantic union, although it is for some people. It's about multiple unions. There's like business partnerships, there's friendships, there's collective soul groups, there's romantic relationships. These are all types of unions in alignment with the greater good of the collective consciousness and also the highest goods for you, which have always been in the interplay, in the ethers, always been happening in the fifth dimensional energetic fields or consciousness and multiple other dimensions, but it hasn't been in the 3D aspected form. So even though it's always been this in the ethers, it's now coming into this in the 3D form. And for somebody on here, your journey is a parallel to somebody else's, parallel. That's what I'm hearing. It's like parallel timelines. And it's almost like you and whoever the business partner is, whoever this is that's meant to be a partnership of some type. And please don't label this as romantic because it's not. It's almost like because these are parallel timelines, but they're different timelines because one represents you and one represents somebody else. You're about to merge timelines. And that doesn't mean you're merging each other. You're merging the timelines because it's 10 times more powerful as an example for the collective consciousness and brings down a ton of power, presence, energy, expansion, and activates so many different souls. Power couple, that's what I'm hearing. This is like a power couple dynamic, I guess you could say. And that's for the romantic side of it. But there's power couples that are business partnerships. Like those are power plays, I want to say. Those are merging of timelines. When you have two people who are powerful in their own right and you merge that timeline, the expansion, the growth, the freaking magic that happens is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And all of this is divinely guided. So it's definitely, whoever this message is for, is going to be the shock of the new. You're going to be in like the twilight zone is what I'm hearing. Let's go back to smoke and mirrors. The old story, if it doesn't work out, is the smoke. That's all been cleared, in the process of being cleared, and almost at the point where they're going to step in and clear it is what I'm hearing. Whoever this message is for, all the smoke is going to be removed from the mirror so that I can see clearly now the rain is gone, so that you can see clearly rather than having the illusions continually placed in front of you, or an illusion that somebody placed in front of you. For somebody on here, you have a magician who is ill will, not in alignment, intentionally puts illusions in front of you, intentionally blows that smoke around you, I want to say. That shit's not flying anymore. You've become too powerful for that. You see too much and you know too much. When you know your worth, this shit, I'm hearing justice has been served. This shit doesn't fly. And that is based on your empowerment of the self. And whatever this union is, whether it's a business, whether it's two businesses coming together, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic, I don't care what it is, nothing is stopping that. This stuff will never stop it. It never could have. And whoever was placing that illusions in the smoke, a negative magician, because as in everything, there are ones who, a magi who uses it to elevate, to aid others, and there are ones who use it to dim down and take away from others, to steal energy, to steal ideas, to steal creativity, to steal sacred energy, sacral energy. That's what's been happening, creating illusions, distorting the mind so that you don't get on your path as a distraction. But guess what? I'm giggling because I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work anymore. It did for a while, whoever that message is for, and it's not gonna work. And I feel like this is for a massive spiritual warrior, and this is your confirmation of something that you've known has been happening but haven't quite had the tangible proof. Make no mistake, that shit happens all the time. People are paid to do it. Your perception or ability to perceive who it is, where it's coming from, and even that it's happening is profound, just so that we're clear. So know that we're slicing through it. Your awareness of it is your superpower, because if you're aware of it, then you can just slice through it, remove it, illuminate it, and call a spade, is what I want to say. So, these are fun messages. We've gone along a multi-different routes. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let me know in the comments if you've been feeling that, if that eclipse energy's really amplified something for you. Somebody on here's like, I'm getting your energies kind of like giddy at the excitement of what's coming, even though you might see it clearly or you might not. Get excited, be excited. Who doesn't want to be excited? Right? Who doesn't? Expect miracles is what I'm hearing. So I will leave that with you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next video.